the string more practice. I'm just going to give you some snippets of code, and then you're going to tell me what the output is. So we have two strings, x equals cricket, y equals puppets. So int length is going to be the length of string x. Remember, length is just the number of characters, including spaces, punctuation, any kind of symbols. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So len is 7. And then we want the length of y. Well, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they're both 7, right? Nothing outputted yet. It's just that len stores 7, w stores 7 too. Then char a is going to be the fourth character, right? Index for in y. Well, here's string y puppets. And we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the lowercase e. So lowercase e is stored in a. Then remember the len stores 7, so we want 7 minus 6, or I'm sorry, 7 minus 1, which is 6. And we want the index 6 from string x. Well, here's string x, and we go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the last character. Remember, the last symbol or character in a string is the length minus 1, the index of it. So that's lowercase t. So b stores lowercase t. Then a substring. We want a substring from x starting at index 1. That's a length of 4 from that index. So we're going to go to x. We're going to go to index 1, 0, 1. So that's the r. We're starting at r. And that's the first character in it. So we want to go a length of 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So R-I-C-K, Rick. So Rick is stored, the string Rick is stored in Z. And then we want substring, create a substring in Y, or from Y, starting at 0, which is the P, and the length of 3. So that P is the first one. 1, 2, 3, pup. PUP is stored in T. And then we're going to output. C out. Len is 7, space, W is also 7, space, A was the E, I believe. Yes. And then T, stored in B. Then Rick, space, pup. So there it is. 77ET, Rick, pup. Now we're going to see out this. And all we're going to do is go to string X, which is cricket, and append this string to it, space dog. So we're going to see out cricket space dog. There it is, cricket dog. And then we're going to do the find function. Remember, find searches for this substring in this string. If it finds it, it's going to return the index of the first occurrence of pets. So if pets was in there more than once, it will return just the first occurrence. If it's not found, it's going to return string : PNOS, and we're usually a negative number. So let's go up to Y, and there's Y is puppets, and here's pets right here. So it's found, and it starts at index 0, 1, 2, 3. So C stores 3. If 3 is greater than 0, I'm going to output this. Pets found at index C, which is 3. Well, it was, so that's what's going to output, right? If C was negative, or if it's string : PNOS, it would output this. But it's going to output this. Pets found at index 3. And there it is. All right, and finally, we can use the compare function. Remember, we can see if two strings are equal with a double equal sign, right? But we can also use this compare. It's going to compare y and x, and we can order these guys, which comes in handy with a sort, some sorts. So we're going to compare y and x. So y is puppets. So we're going to compare puppets first. Puppets that's the calling string, and this is the sending string X, which is cricket. So if I get a 0, then they're the same string. Well, we're not going to get 0 because they're not the same string. Remember, we can test for equality using 2 equal signs or seeing if compare sends back a 0. But if I get a negative number, if compare returns a negative number, then that means y comes first alphabetically, right? As long as they're the same, all the same case, right? And they're all lowercase, so we're good here. So if I get a negative number, y comes before x. If I get a positive number, x comes before y, right? So I'm going to get a positive number here because x definitely comes before, and it doesn't matter what. Sorry, those are my dogs. Puppets comes before cricket, so it's going to return a positive number. So if number is -0, and it's going to output these in the proper alphabetical order. Y would come first, but it doesn't. Cricket comes first. If num greater than 0, they're going to output X first, and then a space, and then puppets. Else, if I get a 0, they're the same words. But I got a positive number, so I'm going to output X, which is cricket, and Y, which is puppets. And oh, that's right, we changed. Actually, when you do this, when you say x.append dog, it actually goes back and stores that in X. I don't know why it does that, but it does. I mean, I know why it doesn't, because in Java it wouldn't do that. So X, after we append a dog, is actually cricket space dog. And so that's why cricket dog, X is not cricket, it's cricket space dog. But in either case, cricket dog comes first, and it's going to output, it's going to run this one to output them in proper order, alphabetical. Lexicographical order is really what it is, but don't worry about that. And that's it.